Hey guys, so today we're going to do chapter 27 of Genesis, verse 26 to 38. Okay, so we see that Jacob finally gives the blessing. I keep saying Jacob. Isaac finally gave the blessing to Jacob. He's deceived. He fully believes now that Jacob is Esau because he feels and smells like him, even though he doesn't sound like him. So, a symbol of this passing of the blessing was meaningful touch. So when he tells Jacob to kiss him, he's kind of symbolizing this intimacy and identity in this blessing. It's a very important part of a father passing a blessing down to his son. So this blessing is the most valuable possession that Isaac had, and it was passed from his father to him, and then he was passing it to his son. So God would provide everything he needed for the promise and blessing to be fulfilled. God could only come down from heaven, or no, not God. The blessing could only come down from heaven. It was not something that he could work for. It had to come from God. And this dates back, this blessing, in some of the words that Isaac uses, it goes all the way back to Adam and Eve, because as God created, um, they had the blessing and responsibility to lead and rule in a way that honors God in whatever situation or place they were sent, which is what he still believes for us today and what he is passing on to Jacob, that God gives us blessing and favor. He says we are blessed and highly favored. We are anointed. We are his priests. So it is our responsibility to take that blessing and that word and carry it with us and to lead with it wherever we go. So this blessing was given because not because of what any of them did. God, in fact, overruled all the sins. I mean, Rebecca, deceitful, Jacob, overly ambitious, Esau, reckless, Isaac, stubborn and being and having favoritism for one of his kids. God still overrules that and still gives the blessing because it was in his purpose, not in anything they could do. So, this three-part blessing, it was a blessing to have plenty, it was a blessing to have domination over the earth, and there was this contrast of blessing and cursing. So, whoever would bless this family would also be blessed through them, and whoever cursed this family would be cursed through them. So, as Jacob left, Esau returns. As Esau learns of his brother's deceit, he weeps and cries out bitterly. The blessing was stolen from him, just like the birthright was deceitfully taken. Esau begs his father to bless him too in this desperate attempt to have some sort of blessing from his father. Children at all ages need validation and words of blessing and life spoken to them by their fathers. This is true from way back then all the way to now. There are fathers who do not rise to this task of blessing their children. But even as mothers, speaking as a mother, we must also speak life and blessing unto our children, as well as teach them to rely on God and not using deceit to get what they want. Children's futures start with parent involvement and parents showing our kids right from wrong and choosing to bless them and love them unconditionally. We can only do that with God's help. So, I am not a perfect mom. I don't ever pretend to be, but I do want so badly to make sure that I am loving and speaking life into my kids and blessing them. And I hope that I do that. In what ways do we need to bless our children more and teach them more and more about God. Be blessed today.